Excuse me. Excuse me. Do you know why we pulled you over today? Exactly. It's because you're not subscribed. So you better fix that right now, or we're gonna have to take you in. And we're going to go back to Min Chi Kuo. Ladies and flipping gentlemen, we are going to go.
iPhone with under-screen Touch ID no longer likely within next 2 years. Apple is unlikely to release any iPhone models with under-screen Touch ID within the next 2 years, analyst Min Chi Kuo said in a tweet today. In a September 2021 research note, Kuo had predicted that Apple would launch at least one new iPhone model with an under-screen fingerprint scanner in the second half of 2023. But his latest tweet suggests this is unlikely to happen anymore. A previously predicted iPhones would support under-display fingerprint sensing, Touch ID in 2023 at the earliest, tweeted Kuo, an analyst at TF International Securities. But the latest survey indicates new iPhones in 2023 and 2024 may not adopt under-display Touch ID. Face ID with a mask on iPhone is already a great biometric solution. Apple did
Yeah, which is basically like the reason why I do not care too much about the whole the whole Touch ID. Like, it's not something that, like, obviously it's good to have on the side, right? It's good to have there whenever you need it, or whenever the mask ID isn't working, or whenever you're just, I don't know, skiing. But then you might also have gloss on, so I'm not sure. Anyways, the random situation where you need it, right? Fine. But also, I do not really care too much if it doesn't happen at all. Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? It's kind of weird. I'm not saying that it's something that, I'm not sure it's something that a lot of people at this moment are waiting on, especially before mask ID was a thing. But a lot of people were looking forward to it coming back, but now, especially when they see how good it's running, probably a lot of people do not care too much about it anymore. But anyways, it's cool to have it. It's great if it comes back, just for, I don't know, the moments that you do need it. Cool, awesome. What do you guys think, actually? Because, like, this is stuff that obviously, like, all of people have other preferences, right? Some people just might want to turn off Face ID and just move on to Touch ID, or some people want double biometric authentication, which is cool. But yeah, I just like the whole idea of forgetting that you have to authenticate yourself. It doesn't feel like that you have to. But you just look at your screen, and as soon as it sees that you're paying attention, you're in. You're Gucci. I don't know. It makes sense to me. I don't even miss Touch ID at the moment on my iPhone. No, same. Same, I have it on my Mac. Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that is one of the best implementations for now that I've seen. I'm not completely sure about the iPad. The iPad mini, for example, under display would be cool, especially if it's like the entire screen, right? You just touch it wherever, and it scans your fingerprint, and you're in. In the on and off button, I'm not the biggest fan of that. Maybe it's just me, but yeah, in the Mac, it's, yeah, like you said, which is perfect. It is, yeah, I would say. So anyway, true. I mean, it can't hurt. Yeah, it can't hurt. Like, again, it's cool if it comes back, but it's not something that essentially is going to break my back if it doesn't come back, right? Anyways, let's keep bumping.
Apple did test an under-screen fingerprint scanner for at least some iPhone 13 models, according to reports from the Wall Street Journal's Joanna Stern and Bloomberg's Mark Gurman. But Apple apparently decided not to move forward with the idea. Under-screen Touch ID would have been most useful when Face ID did not work with masks. But iOS 15.4 introduced a new Face ID with a mask feature on iPhone 12 models and newer. An argument could still be made that having both Face ID and under-screen Touch ID on an iPhone would provide customers with the best of both worlds. but Kuo's tweet suggests that will not happen for several years, if ever. There remains a possibility that Apple introduces
Let's just read the tweet as well. I previously predicted iPhone would support under-display fingerprint sensing Touch ID in 2023 at the earliest, but the latest survey indicates new iPhones in 2023 and 2024 may not adopt under-display Touch ID. Face ID with mask on iPhone already is already a great biometric solution. Yeah. I can't agree more. Nice to have someday, but I don't know. Yeah, same. I don't know.
There remains a possibility that Apple introduces an iPhone with Touch ID built into the power button, in line with the latest iPad Air and iPad mini models. But there haven't been any rumors to suggest that Apple plans to go down that avenue.
Yeah, it could be cool to have both, right? Especially when you want to have that double biometric security solution, if that's something that you're into, if that's something that you feel like you need. Definitely cool, right? Definitely get into it, definitely get involved. But for the most part, I think a lot of people probably won't care too much for now. Unless it's some sick new version of it that, again, something that might cover the entire screen on an iPad mini, or maybe even an iPad Air, or an iPad Pro, or whatever, right? Because, well, the iPad Pro already has Face ID. But the iPad Air, the iPad mini, you know what I mean, right? That would be cool. Another topic.